Gerrit Cole was the most important player on the field for the Yankees tonight, Bob. We talked about that during the pregame, and then he went out and made sure that that prediction or that expectation came true. You mentioned those 6 solid innings, the ability to get some swing and miss. He had 9 strikeouts against the Rangers. 8 of those came on his fastball. I think this was one of the best fastballs we've seen from Gerrit Cole all season long. He sprinkled in the slider and the curve and the cutter, but it was the fastball that was his get-me-out-of-trouble pitch, and he was going head-to-head with Jack Leiter until the 6th inning when the Yankees erupted for 5 runs against the young Leiter and the Rangers bullpen. Gave themselves some breathing room. As you noted, Clay Holmes made it interesting in the end, but Gleyber Torres with a really nifty play to make sure a ball that could have been ticketed for a 2-run single becomes a ground out off the bat of Semien, and the Yankees exhale after this win.
We'll recap the end of the game coming up in just a bit, but let's talk about Cole and take a look at his night. Our pitching decisions presented by Sage. He was coming in off a loss, Jack, where the fastball wasn't going where he wanted to put it. Tonight, different story.
Definitely a different story, but how about this? He shows Marcus Semien, I've got a slider too. So he starts out the game getting him going down. Couple batters later with 2 runners on, he gets low, just dotting that 4-seamer on the corner. 2nd inning, Young is at the plate. Again, look at that location on the 4-seamer. 2 batters later, he gets Heim to strike out swinging on a 97-mile-per-hour fastball. Actually passed Coney for 19th place on the Yankees all-time strikeout list with that. And he just kept going with the 4-seamer, Bob. And that's why I felt this was the best fastball perhaps that we've seen from him this year. Look at the life on it in the zone. We saw 97. We saw 98. Actually, it was the Rangers who were seeing 97 and 98. Seager strikes out again. And then in the 6th inning, Lowe can't catch up with that fastball. 95 at that point. This was concerning at the time. He comes out to warm up in the 7th. He was at 82 pitches. The Yankees are ready to perhaps squeeze another inning out of him. But you see a little bit of a grimace on his face. And eventually he is going to alert the Yankees that the athletic trainer needs to come out. You see him stretching out that right leg. The Yankees later said he left with a calf cramp. So not terrible news, Bob.
Yep, not terrible news at all. We'll hear from Cole coming up in just a bit, but here's his breakdown. Relied heavily on that 4-seamer. They went just 1 for 12 against it. He got 8 strikeouts. And, Jack, I don't know that this is necessarily his complete MO, but it almost feels like with Gerrit Cole, when something wasn't working for him in his last outing, that next outing, like tonight, he was going to find a way to get that thing right, and that's what he did with the fastball.
If you remember in his last outing against the Nats, they had 4 hits against the fastball, including back-to-back homers that he gave up to young players. And tonight, Bob, I thought the fastball was crisper. I thought it had more late life. But more than anything, I thought he located it exactly where he needed to. He wasn't going to give the Rangers the opportunity to do damage against him and damage against that pitch. That roll of highlights that we just showed, the execution was perfect. He was putting his pitches either right on the corner, and then at times he was going up in the zone to get batters to chase. That's what helps make that Cole fastball so electrifying, so dynamic, and so successful when he can keep going up the ladder.
And you mentioned that it was a good pitching matchup between Cole and Jack Leiter. Leiter, of course, the former high school teammate of Anthony Volpe, and getting just his 5th major league start. Highlights of this game brought to you by your local Ford stores. And let's start with that theme. And we thought, how would this go? Volpe against his former teammate. What would be the first pitch thrown?
Their old high school coach said he thought Leiter would throw a breaking pitch because Anthony's so aggressive. Guess what? First pitch fastball, Bob. He is aggressive. The old high school coach was right. That was Bruce Chattel. He goes the other way for the opposite field single.
All right, so this is 3rd inning. Nothing on the board yet for these teams. And after Volpe comes up, Alex Verdugo chops one to the left side, hustling out an infield single. So now it's 1st and 2nd, nobody out. And Gleyber Torres, as the lineup flips back to the top, goes gap in left center. That will score both Volpe and Verdugo with ease. Torres, we're going to hear from him coming up. He has been rock solid in that leadoff spot. Yanks have an early 2-0 lead. But let's take it now to our turning point of the game, brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees, as the Yankees go back to work at the top of the 6th.
Gleyber Torres has been a catalyst at the top of the order, and he's been having long at-bats. He does that again here, Bob. Another 3-2 count, hits the grounder to 3rd, but it's the hustle from Gleyber Torres that helps turn that into an infield single. double and helps turn this inning in the Yankees' favor as Soto now shoots a single to center. Leiter is going to remain in the game to face Judge, Bob, and you and I both like this decision by Bruce Bochy. You got to figure out who this kid is going to be. And he comes inside with a fastball, and Judge rips it down the left field line for a double that pushes the Yankee lead to 3-1.
All right, so not cashing in there against Judge, who he had pitched effectively away in his first two at-bats, but he tries to come inside. Next, with Chase Anderson in to pitch, Austin Wells hit by a pitch on the hand. They pause for a quick injury delay, but Wells would later say, I'm good, send him to first. And with the bases loaded a few batters later, Jazz Chisholm Jr. comes up to the plate.
Yeah, Chisholm against Anderson. The Yankees are trying to figure out a way to break this game open, and that's how you do it. Four-seam fastball is lined to right field. You're going to see Soto come in to score. Yankees lead 4-1.
But you got to keep stringing the hits together. Next batter, bases loaded. Rizzo down the line, and just that great spin of a bounce into the stands for a double.
Ground rule double. If you're Anthony Rizzo, you are absolutely smiling as the Yankee lead is extended to 6-1 right there. Of course, he's going to take credit for that.
Chase Anderson's changeup right here getting by Jonah Heim. That allows Chisholm Jr. to score easily. It's a wild pitch. Things getting away now from Texas. It's a 7-1 game. And then finally, as we take it to the eighth inning in terms of scoring, that's Stanton all the way.
About 10 days ago, Bob, I said, I'm already giving you my postseason X factor. It was Giancarlo Stanton. Right here, we see Stanton go deep. Another no-doubter. His 25th of the season. He's the only active player with 10, 25-plus home run seasons.
Now, we mentioned it got a little interesting, got to within 8-4, 2 outs. Marcus Semien smokes a ball up the middle off Clay Holmes in the ninth, but Gleyber able to get the throw to first, and Rizzo a nice scoop to get Marcus Semien. So the Yankees hang on to win the opener 8-4. You take a look at everybody but Austin Wells coming up with at least one hit. And for Gleyber Torres, 3 more hits in this game, 2 runs scored as well. He has a .394 average with runners in scoring position over the last 3 games. Right after the game, Meredith Marakovic caught up with Gleyber on the field.
Gleyber, we'll start with the final play of that game. That ball was hit incredibly hard. Any doubt in your mind you were going to be able to make that play to close this one out?
Yeah, I was in the right position. Just prepare for everything. I mean, thanks God I made that play and just finished the game.
Good all-around win, solid pitching, offensive contributions, up and down the order. What do you think allowed the offense to click tonight?
I mean, like you say, from the top and the bottom, we got a really good plan from the first pitch. We attack the zone. I mean, try to do damage earlier. If we don't get anything, we pass the baton for the other guy. I mean, overall, we get a lot of pitches. And we do the little things. I mean, walk, single, double. I mean, overall, we play really good tonight.
3 hits for you. You drove in 2 runs. Overall, since moving to that leadoff spot, how much more comfortable have you been feeling in the batter's box?
Feels good right now. I mean, I got really good playing every time when I go to the home plate. I mean, it's long season, and I'm just trying to do the little things. I mean, lead off. I know my guys behind me can do the job too, so I don't do too much right now, and just try to get really good at bat. If I don't have anything, just pass the baton and just put myself in base. So just get simple and do the job every night.
Knowing that those guys are behind you, does that allow you to be a little bit more patient, see more pitches?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we know what type of guys we have in the lineup, and I'm be the small part of the lineup right now. Just try to do the little thing, try to do the right thing, and just pass the baton, like I said.
What'd you think of Cole tonight?
Amazing. The outing was really good. The fastball, the command, everything was amazing. I mean, it's our ace, so we never surprise what he do every time when he on the mound.
Gleyber, congratulations on the win.
Thank you.
Send it back to you.
Meredith, thank you. As the Yankees look to play with a sense of urgency here, Jack, down the stretch, Gleyber Torres certainly playing that way. Not only the way he smothered that ball at the end of the game was on point defensively, but the way he's been hitting. We saw the numbers over his last 16, a near 300 hitter in that leadoff spot.
Yeah, he has energized the Yankees at the top of that lineup. And all season long, Bob, he's been seeing a lot of pitches. So even while he was struggling, he was still having deep at-bats. He just wasn't get the results that he was looking for. I think recently we've seen an energized Gleyber Torres. Joe Torre used to always say this to some of his players who had struggled to a certain point in the season. That was beyond the point of coming back to maybe get the numbers you expected to get. You're not going to be the 280, 290, or 300 hitter that you thought you were going to be. But for the rest of the way, maybe you can be that player. That's what we're seeing with Gleyber Torres. I think the Yankees should be very encouraged by what they're seeing from him. And then up and down the lineup, Bob, how many times have we sat here this season and talked about how the Yankees left guys on base? They didn't cash in. They had 14 base runners tonight. 8 of them scored. And by the way, 8 different runners scored. Yeah. 8 of the 9 guys in the lineup had 1 run scored.
Because I was down kind of in the dugout and hey, Gerrit, and seeing him need to come out. So, yeah, obviously immediate concern. But looks like it was hopefully just that, some cramping. And I know he seemed pretty good right now when we came in. So hopefully that's the case.
While he was in there, what made him so good?
Thought his fastball was really good. Cutter was good tonight. Spun the ball well. But I thought his stuff was really good, starting with the heater.
Kind of a weird night all the way around. You have Jazz running into the wall down the left field line. Verdugo looked like he was grabbing his side at one point. Wells gets hit. Yeah. Are all of those guys coming through it okay? I know they stayed in.
Yeah, I hope so. Was a little concerned about Austin there. But he felt like, I thought he got some good swings off after that. So pay attention to that. But hopefully, and then Jazz was okay. And we'll see on Doogie. So kind of see what we got overnight, and hopefully all of it's just minor things.
10th season for Giancarlo Stanton to hit 25 or more home runs. Just how impressive is that?
Yeah, it is. I think sometimes people don't take notice of just what an outstanding career he's had to this point. And I feel like right now he's swinging the bat really, really well. I feel like his swing is where it needs to be. And he's got a really good look in his eye right now, and excited about the presence he is in our lineup right now.
Aaron, what did Gerrit tell you when you went out the mound initially? What he was feeling? And
just lower half cramp, lower body. Because I kind of got out there secondary, and because my first concern was obviously the arm and stuff, and he said, no, my lower body, and then I came in and was cramping. So
long way at the top of the 6th, but looked pretty sharp in the bottom of that. Do you think that played a role at all, or?
I don't know. Tough to say.
How much difference has it made with Gleyber at the top of the order?
Yeah, he's been great. I mean, another outstanding night for him at the top today. Gets us started there. I thought we had really good bats right out of the gate in the first inning, and with nothing to show for, where he gets the base hit, Juan smokes the double play ball, and then Aaron hits one hard to left. So I thought we had 3 really good at bats there, but then obviously the big 2-run double to get us started. It's just kind of more in line with what he's been. He's just been having really quality at bats day in and day out up there, and he's playing really well. It's exciting.
Staying on him. What'd you think of that play at the end?
Say it again.
Staying on Gleyber.
Really good. I mean, that was not an easy play. In between hop like that to the backhand. Last thing we want to see is Seager come up there as a time run, and that was a big time play.
It looked to you like Volpe was a little fired up to face his former high school teammate there. 2 really good at bats.
Yeah, he did. I was hoping he got that one. But yeah, I'm sure that was pretty cool for the both of them to square off like that. I actually saw when Volpe flew out to the fence on him when he was running by the mound, I saw him kind of catch eyes and have a laugh about it. So pretty cool when I've had that fortune of playing, against people you're close to, whether it's growing up or in college, and to get to do it is pretty neat.